Okay, so hopefully everyone can hear this all right. Okay, so hopefully everyone can hear this all right. Move this microphone a wee bit closer. Okay, so hopefully everyone can hear this all right. Move this microphone a wee bit closer. There we go. Okay, so I wanted to play a game that's I've been really obsessed with, called Factorio. This is a really interesting game, just to me as an engineer guy who's really interested in like efficiency and automation. This is a game that's just made for me. Um, the whole point of it is to build basically automated factories to make stuff for you to eventually build a rocket that's going to that's going to be sent up into space. You're kind of supposed to be kind of terraforming the land so that people can move to it or something like that. I'm not really sure what the exact story is per se. So it's a really great game. You can buy it on Steam. You can buy it not on Steam. You can get it in a zip file. What's really interesting is it does have really good mod support. So if I actually go into my mods, I'm going to show you guys what I have here. So the base mod is the actual game. I've got a mod here called Fluid Void for oil processing. This gives me the ability to have a pipe that just vacates stuff that comes out, which is useful if you know, in the middle of the game whenever you have some types of oil that you can't really use. Just a trash bin just adds a trash bin button so I can get rid of stuff. In the default game, you cannot get rid of any resources ever, and it gets just to be a real sink. The time tools here is the ability to manipulate the time. Mainly the thing I use for is to speed up time for kind of the boring moments when I'm just kind of sitting there waiting for something to happen. Maybe I'm waiting for resources to get created or research to finish, something like that. I can speed it up, which is just helpful so that it's not so terribly boring and I don't have to do jump cuts for, you know, all these different things. And then the warehousing mod is a really cool mod I found. This is probably one of my favorite mods that lets you have a large storage building called a warehouse that can store just, I mean, hundreds of stacks of items, which is really useful because by default the stacks are only, I think the biggest boxes are like maybe 15 or 20 items, and so you will fill those up really fast when you get to really large production. So I went ahead and made a game for us. Let's see, so load game. So this game is randomly generated, so every time you play this you're going to be in a slightly different place. Very quickly, the mini-map here says what kind of resources are around. Purple is oil, or little oil spots like this spot right here. The black spots are coal, which you'll need in the beginning of the game because you don't have any other power source. We've got our iron right here. This is huge to have iron, and then this kind of orangish color over here is copper. The only things I can really use right now is like stone. Actually, stone's over here too. Is really I need the iron and I need copper to start kind of production. And I have all these trees, they were just randomly put here, so I'm going to have to clear some of these out. If you notice I'm hitting these, this is taking like forever, because I don't have any tools, so I need to make a tool. So you see I started off with a little bit of stuff. I've got some wood and some iron plates. The main thing I want to make is an iron axe so that I can do that a little bit faster, because now if you see if I start clearing this out, man, that goes a lot faster, doesn't it? So hit this, kind of clear this out a little bit. And I want to put down my first inserter, or first mining drill. This is called the burner mining drill. So when you start with its main, kind of claim to fame is it runs on coal. So it's really easy to make. It's very few resources. Unfortunately, in the beginning of the game, you need coal to power it, so you constantly have to be filling it back up with coal, which is kind of a pain. So it's always kind of slow in the start to have to go and do this. So I don't think many people live stream because this is kind of I guess considered somewhat of a boring thing to have to do. So like 10, that'll be fine. So I'm gonna fill this up with, actually, I'm gonna split that in half. Split that in half, and then the other half's gonna go in here. Yeah, it can. It goes right here. So your resource goes in here into the smelter. It'll come out as an iron plate like this. As you can tell, it's now sitting on the ground. Well, that's not going to do me a whole lot of good. So I need to find a way to get this into the stone furnace so that it will actually, be useful. So there are inserters, which are the kind of primary thing to pull things in and out of items. So I'm going to go ahead and make one of those real quick. And I'm going to put that right there. So it will insert things. So I need to get it to maneuver from here to here, so I need to put a bit of transport belts. So I'm going to grab some of this myself. And I didn't mention it when I started. There was one other icon on that minimap I didn't talk about, which is the red. Red are the alien, native life on this planet. They tend to be attracted to pollution. So as I start making this, I'm generating pollution, as you can see from this little light thing. If I go to the map, pressing the M key, you won't see anything now, but eventually when I start getting really expanded out bases and a lot of production, there will be red around my base. When the red touches one of these red dots, it will cause an attack to happen. So that will cause these guys to charge towards me, begin destroying everything in sight. And that's generally bad times. So I've got a couple of plates here now. So I'm going to grab these and make myself some belts. So 1, 2, bam, there it goes. Now you'll notice there will be a problem here now. This needs power too. So I need, yet again, more coal. So I'm going to go back over here and get like 800 more things of coal. So let's see, the next thing I'm going to want to do is make another burner. For that I'm going to need some stone and some more iron plates. So get this fueled up and smelting. Put this back in here. So start making some plates, and then I'm going to go grab some stone just so I have it. Like I said, this gets a lot easier once you start automating the production of all of this stuff. Things get a whole lot easier. Stone is also used for the furnaces, so I can use this down the road. Okay, so I need my plates. Here we are. And we get another burner, or burner mining drill. And I can put this down in here now. As you imagine, this has a problem because it's going to have to be fueled constantly. Oh, crud. I ran out of my pick. There we go. Another pick. There we go. Yes, things do have durability. It's literally one of the few items that has a durability. It actually gets worn down over time. The only other things that get worn down, per se, are things that are damaged by the aliens or gunfire or something like that. Alright, so I'm going to put that in there. Now, I need a way to get this all the way over to my other stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of have a little intermediary step here. So I'm going to start stockpiling this stuff up so I don't have to mine it myself. So with the inserters, they have an arrow. The arrow points to what direction they're going to put stuff into. So what you'll notice is this thing is fueling itself now, which is really useful for burner inserters. So there's certain scenarios where I actually prefer burner inserters over other types of inserters. Now this still, of course, doesn't fix our problem of, well, how the heck are we going to keep this thing refueled? Because it's still burning through coal to do its mining, and it's generating more than it would have. So we need a way to get this back into here. So I've got another little pattern that I like, but I'm going to need some more iron for that. Back over here. Okay, that's actually going pretty good. All right, run over here. And we're going to do a couple of burner inserters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the coal in here and then pull it back out and put it back in the insert it back into this burner mining drill so it's self-powering. which will be very useful. Eventually this will stack up on here, and that's fine. I'm sure there's probably some people who prefer not doing that, but it doesn't bother me because that means that I'm keeping up with production, or even putting in extra, because what will happen is if this box fills up, this will stop producing stuff. It'll stop using coal and all that stuff, so having it there is just fine. So the next thing I need is I'm going to need a lot more iron, and I'm going to need to clear out some of this space so that I can make a line all the way out to my other stuff. So clear that, clear some of that out, make a rough line over here. Okay, because as you can see, this is once again out of stuff. Great. So back to the coal. Get a little bit of coal here. There we go. Alright, throw this back in here so this will go. Okay, so I need to get a lot more of this to make a lot more of these. But I can at least start planning this out here. So I want this to go over here. I'm just going to start drawing that out. Yeah, we're about halfway there. So I leave a space here for the other burner inserter I'm going to have to put these things on this belt to take it all the way over there. Make sure this stuff has enough coal in it. There we go. Okay. A little bit closer. So this is one of those times where the speed up tool becomes a lot more useful. I can actually slowly speed things up so it goes a little bit faster, and then slow it back down whenever I kind of want to. It's like, join doing it again. It's really helpful for if you're just sitting there waiting on research later on in the game, to not have to do that so much. And like I said, it kind of helps with these moments like this where this is just nice and slow. And I'm going to go full bore on that. There we go. There we go. Okay. So turn these into some stuff. Alright, so then one burner can put that in there, and I actually want to turn that up. After that, to then have this right here, so this can be inserted. So I'm going to need a couple burners to start queuing things up. So first thing I'm going to do is grab that right there. I'm sure there are people saying, well, why aren't you using a splitter? Well, I want to kind of put this chest here to start stockpiling it so that as it's being put in here, once I fill this whole line up, and it will eventually fill up to where I'm producing enough coal to fill this line, then I still have extras in case I want to pick some up myself for something that I have. So I need another inserter, so I need some more iron. Alright, so 2 more of these. Okay, so first off, put that back in there, and put that back in there. So as you see, this is kind of, you usually don't want to put these on the edges here because you see I was kind of grabbing it but can't really grab it. It has to wait for it to fill all the way up there in order to be able to grab it. So once this one fills up, oh great, I've got to seed it, looks like. I forget what the button is to pick up fuel, but there's a way to run along these belts and pick stuff up. I just don't remember exactly what that is. There we go. Alright. So now you'll see it'll start grabbing it, but typically if things are going around the belt and it has to pick it up, it won't be able to. So there's still one last piece that can't be fueled, which is this right here. So that is a bit of a problem. So what I can do is I can merge these two belts together, and actually have the this coal, as you can see, coming in on one side, and then the iron, or the iron ore coming in on another. So what I'm going to do is basically do that. So to do that, let's see how I want to do this. Actually, I know exactly how to do that. So I'm going to set this like this, and then just have it go whoops, boop, boop. And the iron puts it on the outside, on the kind of outside of the belt in this turn. And then this burner inserter will put in both things that are required to get it to be made. So now I've saved myself a little bit of work. And I still have to have this one burner to put this back in. So pretty nice, pretty easy to do. The general rule is that inserters will put them on the outside of the belt. So if I have a burner, let's say that I put right here, it's going to put things into the coal line along here. So it's something to keep in mind. The same thing for merging belts. If I had another belt that was right here that ran into this, it'll run into the outside of it. So the next thing for this is kind of stepping this up and getting a lot more stuff made. Because this is all well and good, but does have limitations, mainly the constant need for coal. So what I want to do is start making power, because there are electric mining drills that are a lot more efficient because they don't need coal. To do that, I actually have to make power. So to do that, I need to make a steam engine and an offshore pump. Now you'll see right here the offshore pump requires electronic circuits, which require copper. So I also need to start smelting copper, as well as just the iron that I've been doing, to be able to do this. Now there's one other problem with this currently, which is this will eventually fill up. The stack size is 100. When there's 100 iron plates in here, it will stop working, which is a bit of a bummer. So first thing I need to do is get another burner, or get another one of these set up. I'm going to just manually smelt some copper just to get us going. So let me go mine some here. And there we go. Alright, so now we can run back down here, and like I said, I'm going to pretty much just manually do this. Put this in here, get it smelting, to get a couple pieces of copper so I can make this offshore pump. And then I'm going to need more stone for the for the boilers that basically the way the steam engines work is you pump water up from one of the water. You're then going to go and boil that water, try to get it to 100 degrees of whatever the degrees are. I'm going to say it's Celsius. Then you want to pump that pump of water into the steam engine, and that will start making power. From there, you can start wiring it up to different electrical, things and stuff. So each of the boilers, then you usually need about 4 of them in your intake. Use 5 stone each for the stone furnaces. So I'm going to get 20 stone, just like that, and there we go. All right, so my copper should be ready. There we go. Okay, so I can now make an offshore pump, 4 boilers, and a steam engine. And I'm going to need to find a water source for that. Of course, I didn't get a great spawn as far as water is concerned, so I'm going to actually go just kind of over here. I guess will be a good starting point, I guess. Better than nothing. Okay. So we pump that right there, and then we can start putting our boilers on it. So I'm going to cut this tree down here, because I'm going to need to put coal in the boilers in order to get them to run. I'm going to put another burner inserter, maybe right over here, that's going to fuel these burners. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll put our steam engine down here so that it's kind of out of the way a bit, and I need a pipe to connect those. There we go. Okay, so naturally you're going to need inserters for all of these, so make 3 more of these. Put those like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one of those situations where I said I kind of prefer the burner inserters, or the burner inserters, because they Works surprisingly well. Alright, I need more stone. Crap. Like I said, I'm not really good at optimizing all of this. I mean, this isn't like a speed run where I'm trying to see how fast I can do this. Because I kind of find this game oddly relaxing because you're not in a huge rush. The only time you're really going to be in a rush is whenever there's a attack, which eventually you can build turrets that kind of handle that for you, so you won't really have to do a whole lot with that. So let's pop that right there, and then right like so. Okay, so I need to fuel that up again, and of course I don't have any coal because my coal is actually being utilized now. So let's pop all this over here. Once I can replace these coal ones with electric drills, things get a lot easier. So I just get a little bit of coal to get this thing going. There we go. Keep mining a little bit while that's fueling up. Okay, there we go. So pop this in here. So as you can see, the temperature out of this is coming out as 100, and the rest of these aren't, well, keeping up with the temperature. Basically has to fuel this up enough to be full, and then it'll go to the next one, the next one, and the next one, because the more pipes it goes through, it eventually will cool back down. So right now you'll see this isn't really doing anything because the temperature that's coming in at is 17, and the performance is tied to what the temperature is. So we need to wait for these to get fueled up before we'll be ready to go, but in the meantime I can work on some power poles. So each of these will make 2 power poles. I'm actually just going to make all these. Use wood, which I happen to be in a good place that has a lot of wood, so it won't be a problem. I have spawned in like a desert kind of area that doesn't have a lot, and that's a real big pain to try to find wood then, but I'm going to need a lot more stuff, particularly copper, to start making some of these electric. So I'm going to have to go mine it. I need to set up miners, but this was kind of far enough away that I wanted to I figured I could just wait for it. So you get like, I don't know, like 15 or so of this. Now if you're thinking, wow, that's really slow, Jordan, why you do? How long would it take you to do all? How long will it take you to do all that? Watch this. Bam! Ah! Yeah, take that. All right, there we go. Now I've got like a buttload of that. Yeah. So, again, speeding up kind of saves me some time. So I'm gonna let that smelt. I'm gonna let that smelt really quickly. Boom. Like I said, I have ADD, so like I don't have a lot of patience. And this already had a stack. All right, so empty that stack off. All right, there we go. So let's start switching these out for electric ones. So I'll make all these. Start subbing these out. I have no patience. I'll start seeing me use this more and more because I have like I have literally no patience. All right, there we go. Okay, so you see the little power icon here. This says it doesn't have any power, and this oddly says it doesn't have any power. That's because it's not tied to anything that's drawing power. So I'm gonna tie this to this right here, and bam, there you go. It starts making power. So temperature of that is coming in at 70. Oh, that's weird. Let me move this over, come right directly out of this. Maybe it'll come out. It'll be better. Oh, that's right. It doesn't have to work at full performance because the draw on this is not enough to do the entire thing. So if you actually click on the poles themselves, you get a handy little graph. This would become more complicated if I had more things using power, but your consumption is how much power you're using, and sometimes this fluctuates, like with factories and things. Your production is how much power you're outputting, and if it's full up, that means you're at maximum output. And then accumulators are these things that you get later on that can store power. But you see now this has stopped working because this is now full. So I want to replace this other one with another one of these, and I can actually get rid of some of this other stuff. Get rid of that. So the other problem is, and I don't know if we're going to run into this with just one of these, is that this method right here actually seems to be cooking up, but this won't scale up because whenever I get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, you know, of these miners putting stuff onto this towards the smelters, this burner will not be fast enough. So there are other types that you can make. Right now, the only one I know how to make is an inserter, which runs on electricity. But first things first, I need to get my situation with the copper figured out, because that's going to be an issue. So let me put one of these. I'm going to put like, yeah, we'll do one of these right here just for now. So I've got to run power poles all the way up to that in order to get this powered. Unlike traditional physics, which would dictate that there's a maximum limit that you can actually push this power before enough is lost to just the act of transmission, that you would have to have some kind of a relay or something to re-energize it. I guess, I don't know. It's been a while since I took physics. This isn't. You are allowed to put the power in an infinite direction, so I can make this all the way to the end of the world if I need to. Okay, so there's that. A couple more of these and get some more iron. Am I leaving like kind of little footprints? No, I'm not. Okay. So I'm gonna grab some more of these and make all those. When you click, I'm shift clicking to tell it to make everything. When you do that, it makes all of the stuff in between. Oh no, I'm gonna run out of bullets if I do that. It makes all of the intermediary parts that are needed before it will make the final item. So sometimes it takes a little bit longer if you're waiting for just like one or something. And we'll cut you down because I really want to get you to this other furnace. Okay, that'll work. Alright, so this is a nice time for those new inserters, so I need yet more iron. Like I said, you use iron for just about everything, so I'm going to find one of these, put that in there. I still need coal. I need a splitter. Do I have splitters yet? Maybe I have to research that. Crud. Alright, well, there goes that. So I need another bit of coal. I can at least run the power over this, because the power needs to be run over this way anyway. I try to be rather efficient with placing these power poles as much as I can. I need to make more. Need to get more copper. Yeah, but I try to be efficient with these because they're I usually don't manufacture them. That's, I guess, my big thing is I don't usually feel the need to manufacture them, so alright, there's that. So now that'll start putting that in there. Of course, we still have a problem with the coal, but at least I'm getting bars out of that. What do I need for a lab? I was thinking I might start researching. Let's see, so I'm hitting T to start research, like it says right there. What's the... Oh, here we go, here's splitters, so I need that, so I'm going to need 20 science packs for that. So for this first one, I'll probably end up hand making this. The science packs need copper and iron. The second level science packs for the more advanced research need belts and inserters, so I'll actually eventually start manufacturing those. But for now, this will do. Let me just get what I got here. Okay, so a science up anymore. Unfortunate. All right, speed up time. There we go. Yes, this does decrease the difficulty slightly in the game by being able to just speed up time. But I'm not a patient man, and I don't imagine viewers would be either, to just sit there and watch me, like, just wait for things to happen. Really? Okay, fine. There we go. Alright, so now we've got our science. Each of these will be, you put the packs into them and they produce science to do your research for you. So, I'll also start making all of those. And again, we speed up time because, reasons. The labs do use electricity, so I'm going to put this on the grid. And then let this start making things. So, there we go. And you'll see that the work stops as soon as it's done creating things. So this is a bit of a waiting game right now, so it's kind of going to be a little bit of a management type scenario. I feel like I got kind of a bad spawn on this, because normally it'd be better if I had the copper and the iron a little bit closer together, but c'est la vie. Like I said, it's randomly put together, so you know, sometimes them's the breaks. Okay, so I got, I don't know if I put 20 science packs in there. I don't feel like I did 20, so let me do like 5 more. And let that run. Okay. Put that in there, and let's see if that was enough. And it was. Hey-oh, there we go. That'll do. Okay, so the next thing I want to work on, now that I've got splitters, is, well, factories actually will help me a lot, so let's do that. Oops, whoa, I didn't even do that. Okay, so with a splitter, I can actually split things off of a belt. What this does is it's a 50-50 split, so they take the place of one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually split off this coal before it gets the iron added to it, and then run it up over to this other one. Do I want to do that? You know what, I can do this a slightly different way. That's probably going to be more efficient. What am I doing? Yeah, I was like, I probably could have solved my own problems much easier. Let's do this. I'm usually not a deconstructionist. I usually, once I set things, just say, okay, that's it. But let me do this. Okay, so pack that up. I think I'm still going to do the splitting. Okay, so this will start putting things kind of 50-50 on these belts. So what I want to do is I want to merge these two belts together, and then I can do the kind of the same thing I'm doing over here. So to do that, I'm going to build this kind of up to here, and then make some more of these. Okay. Alright, so I need one more up here and here. And there you go. So they're now, you know, communicating together. So now I can start kind of mass making some of this stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of these into a burner inserter. Try to reload that. Get that to start refueling up and making me my copper again. Uh-oh, are you full? Yep, you're full. We're going to make a offshoot of that. So make an iron chest. Each level of chest makes them is able to store a little bit more, and then because that's not going to have access to coal, we'll make that an electric server. So you see it starts pulling stuff off and putting it in the chest, which makes me able to store some more stuff. So I also want to do the same thing over here. So let's do that. We'll do another box and builder. Now I also have the fast inserters, which will do everything faster, but the fast inserters are not going to get me anything as far as, you know, doing everything. But the advantage of this now is the way this is set up, I can actually, like, this kind of terminates right here. This is a dead end. But with this, I can make a line of things. So I kind of want to do the same thing over here. So let me kind of reset this stuff here. Okay, so make some more of those. Okay, so you see we got kind of a assembly line of things going on here. So I can now take my, well, we'll start on this end, I guess. Take that, burner inserter, and output into a box. There we go. So those are now making things, and now I can pull things out of this chest rather than having to click into that every time. Yep, look at it go. Okay, so we still need science. So I need more iron, which we're working on. So I also want to replace this because this whole situation bad for the environment, you know. Also not super scalable. So luckily that was already tied. So it increases production. So these actually run faster than the coal drills, so, I mean, there's nothing really... They're also, I mean, they don't pollute as much, obviously. The steam engine pollutes, but it's not nearly as bad as if you're filling everything with coal, which there's a lesson in that. And we can see that our performance is about halved out now. So the next step is to start increasing the amount of smelters, so I can start getting this stuff a little bit faster. So if I remember correctly, yes, there was a thing over here. So let me make another Electric mining drill. Needs more iron. Go patiently run over here. Oop. And that still wasn't enough. Okay, so... And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a one of these to just produce this and put it in a box for me. Because that way I can have it. Because at this point I don't need stone a whole lot. So it's really just more of a... I need to have this in order to be able to... Let me do this, do a little of that, and a box. Bam. So, as you can see, this is... is it keeping up? Yeah, it's keeping up. Okay. So, I can now use this to start pulling off stone. And the advantage here is that this makes stone even when I'm not here. So, I'm going to use that to make 2 more of these. And we'll start kind of moving down this line right here. So, that's in my way. So, that's going to go away. The pole somewhere like that. There we go. So it's out of the way. Put more burner inserters. And this time what I'm going to do is, instead of doing what I've been doing, which is having it put out into this box, I'm going to have it put into a separate line that then puts it in the box. So you see like that. So then I'll have another electric inserter that then puts it in the box. So now it's all unified together. So again, it stacks it up so it's easier for me to pick it up. So I need another one of these to finish that line out. There we go. Okay, so pick up some copper. As you can see, this is this may need to be a fast one because this is barely keeping up. All right, let me make that a fast one. All right, there we go. As you can see, the fast sorter is a lot faster. That way, it'll keep up with this kind of production line that we've created here. Because I can also extend this up and start writing back into that. So, all right. So let's go pick up some more stone and do the whole thing over again with the copper line. Okay, so I think, I don't know, like 4 or 5 of these. This is going to have to be moved over. There we go. Okay, so second verse same as the first. We're going to kind of do 4 of those. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and extend the power lines up to here. Yeah, so that's going to block there. Okay, and then extend this up. And then do over 1. Ah, I made too many. Ah, off the belt. Okay, so we'll need a fast inserter on the end and a couple of other ones here. And again, speed through the construction because I'm impatient. Okay, so there, and a couple of burner inserters. Get the game going. Okay, so there's that. As you can see, we're making a lot more iron now, so that's good. So I need 1 more of those, and then we'll be in business. Cool. Okay, so now science. Do I have factories? I don't think I get factories till next level. Alright, so I'm going to need to make, what was it, like 10 of those? So let me make like 5, 10. Science! Okay, impatiently waiting. There it goes. Okay. So, the next step, smart inserters are actually nice, but let me see what I want to do next. I need to do turrets. And that'll be a pretty quick, see, this is why I don't like, load my last game that I had. It's still going. I finally pissed them off. So where's my attack? Where's those attack coming from? Hey, you're attacking my stuff. Go away. That was not nice. Okay, so yeah, now I'm getting to the level where I'm still being under attack. I defeated those things, right? Huh. All right. Well, now I need to make a repair pack. Do I have repair packs? Yeah, I do. Okay. So yes, I can fix these things. Oh, I'm gonna need a couple of those, so let me make like 5 of those. so I'll have them in case of an emergency. The combat in this is not like... It's funny, I was just saying I need turrets and then I get attacked. But the combat is not super deep. I basically just hold the space key and it attacks the closest creature, or I can use the C button and touch something. But I'm going to definitely do some science. So, we're at the time now where I need to actually not fast forward through time because we may get attacked again. Why are you not repaired? Repair. Ah! I didn't mean to do that. Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay. So, science. I need to get a factory so I can start making it do this for me. Okie dokie. Some iron. Looks pretty good on copper. Insert that into there. I'm going to slowly go forward now. Slowly. Slowly. There we are. And done. Okay. There's a setting also if you want the game to keep going while it's doing this stuff. But now I at least have turrets that I can start producing stuff with. I next want to get stone walls to protect my turrets with. So let me make sure that there's 10 science. I'm going to need 5, 6, 7 more of these. And then I want to make some turrets. I also need to make bullets. Do 4 turrets, and then I'll eventually make some radars. Which will tell me when the monsters are coming. It looks like I actually managed to get pretty lucky. The only nest is kind of up there. So most of them are probably going to come from this early direction, which means they're going to attack this first. So I'm going to kind of plan my defenses accordingly. But first, science. Okay. So bullets, bullets, bullets. Also need a factory to make me bullets. Okay, so the good thing about turrets is they... Ah! No, go away, go away, go away. Okay, I may have been incorrect. That was definitely not from a viscerally direction. What was that? I don't even know. Anyway, turrets do not require power, they just require bullets. So, I'm going to give you half my bullets. And it is now going to defend me, or defend this area at least. Now, that just means that they will attack this first. But I did see them come from a viscerally direction, so now I want to put one over here too, I guess. We'll do like here and kind of sort of down there. And right here. Kind of make a little, like, you know, wall. Oh, there's more copper over here. Make a little, like, wall. Now I need a lot more bullets. Like, a lot of bullets. Guns. I need more guns. Okie dokie. So, that one, and these are clips of ammo if you couldn't tell. I thought they were bullets, but they're definitely not. They're actually clips of ammo, thankfully. Okay, so those are somewhat good. I'll get an alert when they get it, when something assaults them. So I'll know kind of when they're under attack. But I do need to try to start refilling those a bit more. Ah, really? I'm 1 pack short on stone? Great. Science never sleeps. Oh, now if you see now, I am producing enough that I actually don't use all of my things. So, it's time to up production also. So, let me make a lot more bullets. Give me some breathing room here. I also want to put a radar down. This will tell me when people are when the evil things are coming after me. Kind of a good thing to have. Alright, so join that up. Uh-oh. I am not generating enough power. I'm going to have to up my steam engines as well. Okay. Chugga, chugga, choo-choo. Alright, so clear that out. Don't want to put another one directly past this, because I'm afraid it's going to get in the way of that oil there. The oil and then their hills. Okay. So, need more electric poles. Bam, power. Am I doing better now? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so the radar scans can basically tell me when there's a imminent attack. It also, as you see, is kind of revealing part of the map, which is kind of a nice thing to have. So I'm out of bullets. I definitely don't want to be out of bullets. I need bullets. Make me something to defend myself with, please. Okay, thanks, bye. Okay, so... Alright. Now, I'm not producing enough to be utilized by all this, so I need another electric doodad-a-majig to start making more, or mining more, in order to make more, so... Get through all that construction. Okay. So... we do it like that. Take this, do it like that. And we're in business. Uh-oh. Shiza. That was not what I meant to do. Okay, let me change how I'm doing that a little bit, because that ended up doing not what I wanted it to. About that, and that, and that, and then we'll just put the... There we are. Okay, that should work a little better. Okay, now those are smelting full bore. Same thing needs to be done to the copper, so let me get some more iron. Going all the way up here. Alright. And it's on the backside. There, so that I can do this. There we go. And we'll add another one. For good measure. There we go. Bam. We've tripled our output. We'll see if that'll keep up with the demand here. Well, it definitely helped on this side. May actually be time to expand this out. Cool. Okay, that is almost all the way back. Okay, that is now all the way back there. Perfect. Perfecto. Okay, so another one of these, so let's just expand this one more up. Yeah. Alright. Any metal? Oh man, I can't wait for later in the game when I get bots that refill my supplies for me. I can just basically tell them, hey, make sure I have 500 of everything every time. And they'll be like, okay, boss. It's real nice. Okay, so that, and the fast inserter, and some power. There we go. Those boards don't work on water unless you've got power. Alright, there we go. So now we're cooking with gas, and we'll see if that helps the demand a little bit. If not, I can make another one. Tempted to make another one anyway, because I really need some more of this pretty much all the time. So, 2 burner inserters, 2 other inserters, some more of this. And stuff in. There we go. Okie pokey. Alright, so that should help with my demand a little bit more. Let me make that last science pack. And we'll take a look at our pollution. Oh, maybe I do get just randomly attacked. Huh. I thought I only got attacked when there was pollution. I don't know, that's what some other YouTuber was saying. But apparently you occasionally just get randomly attacked. Huh. So I was thinking, I was like, oh man, maybe I have more time than I think I do. Oh well. Really? I'm running low on power again? Lame. Oh look, they're doing things. Murder. Hey, effective murder. They didn't even get damaged. Cool. Okay, so this oil field may be lost. I don't think I can just keep pushing this line that far. We'll find out. I've only played through this game fully like maybe 3 times now. So that does come out at 100. Spiff. Alright, there we go. Now I want my stone walls, so pop this in here. Science! Really? Really? What luck. Okay, so I want steel, because steel processing opens up just a world of interesting things. The first set of things I'm going to probably need to do is start working on a new line to start making some manufacturing of these things and stuff. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start manufacturing bullets. Oh, it's the sound of me going offline.